Welcome in here, race fans! It is Monday night here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and well, the famous crew is back in action. This year, some new colors. You see it up in the upper right-hand corner. RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series, presented by Red Light Racing, right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, to bring you all the action this season here for the 2020 season number 2. It is Muth up in the booth here tonight, bringing you all the camera shots above the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Race fans, it's been a long 4 weeks away from the Scrambler Series, and I don't know about you, but I can't wait to get things started right here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. These guys got the Xfinity cars out here, and well, not the Xfinity cars. We got a lot of new drivers. We got a lot of same old drivers with brand new paint schemes and a bunch of hot-footed rookies here with this Scrambler Series. Max Terriot, last season's champion, is back in action. He is out here on the track tonight, the man from Canada. Missing here, though, Todd Cray. He is not right now on our timing and scoring. That was the final season of the 2019 champion. Season 3 in 2019, Sean Butler, he is here with the Scrambler Series, so he is back tonight. Right now, he is actually at the top of the leaderboards. Last season wasn't able to contend for a championship along his rival, Max Terriot, but right now, Sean Butler, back surgery in the offseason, but he is here tonight at Charlotte to try and retake the crown that he has. I believe it's something like 6 or 7 championships, crowns for Sean Butler. Max Terriot, though, would like to chew into that, along with some of these other drivers. There's a slew of drivers. We talked about the rookie class. It is very solidly stout this season. Don Coleman is here. Another one of the drivers out of the Glove Box Racing organization. Dalton Williamson, one of those rookies. Zach Mitchell right now, and Single. That is Sean Single. He is actually on top of the leaderboards as our rookie category coming into tonight. So a lot of strong contenders coming on board here this season. Also, Rob Higgins is on board. Doug Neal coming on board as a rookie. Tim Combs. So there is a bunch of rookie drivers that will battle for that championship. This season, though, there are some little things and tweaks and this and that. One of the main tweaks coming into this season, iRacing implemented in the last big update that you can now put tire rules. And, well, this season here with Red Light, we are going to implement that. 4 sets of tires going to be in the pit stalls for these drivers. They're going to have to choose wisely and, well, figure out how many times they want to come down pit road to put tires on. You can put right sides on, 3 times and only put left sides on once, and it will equal itself out there. You still have 4 sets per side of the vehicle. So we'll see how those strategies are used throughout the season. Race fans, we also got to thank all of you for your continued support here with the Red Light Racing Series on Thursday night, and of course right here with the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series now here tonight. Also along that, we have some other sponsors that have come on board. We have got the Green Forestry Supply coming on board to be our grid and all of the race details sponsor this season. The Checkered Flag Auto Supply is going to be on board here with the Scrambler Series, also on board on Thursday night with the SK Modified Series. Checkered Flag Auto Supply coming on board to be the White Flag sponsor. And of course, the post-race show here is going to be the Renaissance Nutrition. They came on board, and we got to thank all those sponsors coming on board here with the Scrambler Series. But you know what, race fans? The clock is ticking down. Qualifying for the first time here at Charlotte is getting ready to happen. So let's take a quick step away and get the National Anthem played, and we'll be right back here with the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series live from the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. As you see, cars are on the track here for our qualifying session for the first race of the season. It is the season opener here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. This is the driver of the 62. He goes by the name of Ethan Troutman. It's the Haas CNC Ford Mustang here tonight. Ethan Troutman, you know, Charlotte may not be one of those tracks that he particularly likes, especially if we have to make the right-hand turns to the infield here. But right now, he is on the clock for the first time. He is one of the first drivers to take the green flag this season, as he'll come through turns 3 and 4 for the first time with his Ford Mustang, looking for the start-finish line to see where he will be slotted on the grid here tonight. As he comes across the line, he'll be third quickest out of the three. It looks like the Somerville, South Carolina native. It is the Adventure in Pixels, number 01 of Richard Murdoch in his Camaro. He is out here right now. He is at the top of the leaderboards with a 30.28 second lap. Murdoch took the off-season. He took a little bit of adventure, and, well, maybe he had a little bit of the Adventure in Pixels. A lot of pictures out there on his Facebook. Make sure you stop over there and see what Murdoch had fun in the off-season doing. A little bit quicker, lap number 2. Actually, lap number 1 was quicker for Murdoch, so right now he is at the top of the leaderboards. Here you see the 924 Oreo Ritz entry. This is Zach Mitchell. This is going to be his first race. You notice that he has a 9 next to his name, or next to his number. That is the 924 of Zach Mitchell. That indicates that he is a rookie this season here in the Scrambler Series. Brand new colors on the Dirty Mo Radio, number 33 here of Eric Johnson. He, right now, is sitting 13th, but those brand new bright orange color, race fans, we will not have a problem finding Eric Johnson this year. He is right now 14th, as we have a brand new top spot. That was Sean Butler. He's going to take it straight back to the hauler and try and debrief with his crew. Right now, you're looking at the number 31. This is Michael Trovarthan in this Ford Fram machine. He is currently sitting in the second position. Trovarthan last year coming on strong, and especially through the offseason, Trovarthan was able to get a lot of good seat time in all the cars across the board that we will be running. Is the Green Forest Resupply entry of lap number 2. He's going to jump to the 8th position because James Heater came through there and bumped that 43 down the running order. And now this rookie out of Tampa, Florida, the BK Paints number 90, or the 991. I'm looking at his car. It says 97, but it's the 991 here of Dalton Williamson in his Camaro. He will go 7th quickest for this driver. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. The RB Custom Rigs Toyota Supra, driven by Justin Gann out of Virginia. He goes P number 2 on the boards, and it is a special night for him. We'll talk about him just a little bit later on. There you see the man out of Pennsylvania. This is Christopher Rothrock in the Renaissance Nutrition Chevy Camaro ZL1. He is actually going to go 18th quickest onto the board right now. One of the drivers, it's the Wiley veteran. This is the East Coast Motorsports. It's the Canadian north of the border. It's one of them. This is the Pepsi Cola machine. This is Leo Borge out there onto the speedway. He is the only driver right now that looks like we'll be able to come back around here. 29 drivers have taken a qualifying attempt here tonight. He will be the 30th driver onto the boards. The other Canadian of Max Terriel, he actually goes P number 1. Quick time for Max Terriel. Borge going to get a lap time in. Actually, it looks like he will not. No lap time for Borge. So there you see the driver out of Canada. This one is, though, the 42. It's the MK Medic of Max Terriel. He right now is at the top of the leaderboards. He went out with a bang last season, and now it looks like he may be possibly able to take away the pole as qualifying will wind down, and Max Terriel will be our pole sitter here tonight. So with qualifying officially in the books, race fans, that means it is just about time to walk us through for the first time here tonight. It's going to be our starting lineup tonight, presented by the Green Forest Resupply. And this is how they will line up. Starting on row number 1 here tonight for the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series, the Green Forest Tree Supply. Oh boy, could you put a mouthful in it. Starting on the front row, driver number 42, it is going to be Max Terriel. The 88 of Sean Butler will roll off position number 2 out of Ohio. Then it's going to be the first rookie candidate of the season. It is going to be the 914. This is Sean Single. The birthday boy, the number 30 of Justin Gann. He'll roll off in the 4th position. 5th position here, the Metalhead Motorsports number 31 Fram Filters Mustang, and it's going to be Michael Trovarthan. The driver out of South Carolina, it's the 86 of James Skelton. He'll roll off into the 6th position. Richard Murdoch at the Full Throttle Racing Adventure in Pixels 01, scheduled to start into the 7th position. To the outside of him, to be the 924, this is Zach Mitchell. He'll start 8th tonight. The man out of Florida, the BK Paints, 991 of Dalton Williamson. He'll start 9th onto the grid. Starting 10th here tonight, the Dirty Mo Radio, number 33, this is Eric Johnson. James Heater, the number 18 of Heater, is scheduled to roll off into the 11th position out of Ohio. And then it's going to be the Green Forest Resupply entry, number 43, Chevrolet of Joe Strano, starting in the 12th spot. 13th spot here tonight, another one of the rookies out of the Wheel Team, 6B. It is going to be the 917 of Tim Combs. Jason Wells in his 64 machine is going to start 14th. 15th here tonight, DJ Anderson. 16th, the man out of Pennsylvania, driving the Sim Box, number 71, it's Nathan Maurer. Starting in the 17th position, the driving the number 15 here tonight, it's going to be Dustin Gainey. Christopher Rothrock's got the 84 machine, and he will start 18th on the grid. 19th here tonight, the man out of the Need for Speed Motorsports stable, the number 2 Ford, that is Josh Buckley. Strano Brothers Racing got the number 3 out here, the Victory Junction number 3. Tony Strano will go 20th tonight on the grid. 21st out of Las Vegas, the number 38 of Cody Levitt. He'll start 21st. Tim Blum in the number 10 Classics Hot Sauce Machine, 22nd on the starting positions. The Higgins Hill Racing, number 940, Checker Flag Auto Supply, number 940 of Rob Higgins, 23rd. 24th, going to be Michael Bromley in the DraftTop.com entry. He'll start 24th. 25th, it'll be the number 62 of Ethan Troutman. 26th is Coleman. 27th of Doug Neal in the 977 Simbox machine. Ryan O'Donnell going to start 28th. 29th is Brandon Minto. 30th is Kyle Souza. Starting 31st here tonight. Driver of the number 11 of Leo Bordage. And then it'll be the 59, Bruce Potter, starting in the 32nd position. 33rd, going to go to the man from Topton, Pennsylvania, the number 40 of Josiah Millen, and his counterpart going to be Donald Bennett. That's your starting lineup tonight, presented by the Green Forest Resupply, as the green flag is getting ready to come out for the first time this season here for the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series. And the green flag is out for the first time at Charlotte. We are racing here at Charlotte for the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series, and they will scramble down into turn number 1. Down into turn number 1, there you see Max Terriot gets a good start, but it puts these two. They were rookies together in the same class, battling for that second position. Here comes Trovarthan in the 31 Fram machine. He'll power through the inside. He gets a big push from Richard Murdoch, so that'll hang the birthday boy, the RB Custom Rigs Toyota Supra, to the outside. Justin Gann going to lose a little bit of ground as he'll drop a position. Now he'll fall in line right between Murdoch and Skelton. You got to go back a little bit farther here to find a couple of these guys that are battling the side-by-side. And as Tim Combs in the Budweiser 917. I believe that's the World Series machine there for Tim Combs. That is actually the Born on February of 05 Dale Earnhardt Jr. throwback. Right now, though, Tim Combs will find a home into the 10th position. Joe Strano right behind him. That's the battle for the 10th and 11th. Look just behind them, though. There you see the number 51. That's DJ Anderson in the Mountain Dew Baja Blast entry. He is currently sitting in that 14th position. Christopher Rothrock, though, was battling side-by-side with the number 3 Victory Junction of Tony Strano. This is back here the 17th into the 18th position. Here it comes now as Rothrock got around Tony Strano that time by. Nothing has changed at the front of the field. Just back here, it looks like Strano stuck to the outside in the Victory Junction number 3, because now it'll be Tim Blum's turn. He'll start knocking on that door. Dustin Gainey starting to work up through the field also in that number 15. He drops the number 9 in front of that machine this season. Just like that, 4 laps already in the books as you still continue to watch Gainey and Anderson that are side by side here on lap number 5. This is all the way back from the 13th and the 14th position. Somebody into the outside wall there. It looks like that was one of those rookies. I think that was Zach Mitchell in the Oreo Ritz machine. That Chevrolet came off turn number 2. It got tight like a dump truck. and it went straight into the outside wall here. So heavy right front damage for Mitchell in that 924 machine. See how he will be able to carry on through the night here, as we already see Williamson get around. Here comes Heater working that Z-line Toyota to the outside. He's going to try and outside this Chevrolet here. Can he keep the power up? He will down the back straightaway. Now here comes Tim Combs to the outside of the 917 machine. Joe Strano just in the background lurking on lap number 6 out of the 90 scheduled laps here. Someone having a connection issue back towards the back. I believe that was the Rothrock machine here tonight. So as these drivers battle just inside the top 10, it has been all the man from north of the border, last year's champion, Max Terriel, still continuing to lead this field. You see your top 4 have broken away. It's Terriel, Butler, Murdoch, and Trovarthan. Right now, those 4 drivers all have checked out. It looks like about, I'll call it a second over Justin Gann, who pulls, we'll call it the second pack of cars back here. Gann and Skelton and those Toyota Supras run nose to tail, being chased by a bunch of those Camaros. Looks like 2 drivers had a little connection issue on the drop of the green flag. Looks like Donald Bennett dropping connection right at the green flag with that number 13 machine, so he is currently off track, and it looks like same for Single in the 914. He also dropped the connection, along with Cody Levitt. Unfortunate for all those drivers here in the early stages of this one. Their nights may have been taken from them just a little bit early. Back here, it looks like that 33 Eric Johnson Dirty Mo radio machine. He is working up through the field. That is Mitchell. Remember, Mitchell got into that outside wall after having a very strong Oreo machine up inside the top 5 at one point. Now he is back here trying to hang on to the 10th position, as Johnson's actually just going to power through the inside there. Eric Johnson now taking over that 10th position, dropping Zach Mitchell now outside the top 10 for the first time here tonight. And I don't think the slide is over, because Dustin Gainey is right there, and so is Joe Strano. Strano into the outside wall there, I think, along with Mitchell, scraping that outside wall down the back straightaway. Also to the outside, you see that is Jason Wells in that Alienware Camaro. Down a couple positions since the start of this one, but everybody is starting to find a real groove. As almost contact there with Rothrock and the Wells machine. They both drove it down into the corner, and Rothrock really sailed it off on the bottom. Both drivers able to actually hang on to their vehicles. Just behind them following is Troutman. Troutman just trying to have himself a good stage. Oh, somebody into the outside wall. Tony Strano up into the outside wall there, going into 3. He's going to gather it back up, but he's going to lose a bunch of positions. There goes the drafttop.com of Michael Bromley, and here comes the Barstool Sports number 20 of Brandon Minto. Right now you see the Mitchell machine. There's a log jam here. There's Nathan Maurer. Maurer was in the playoffs last year. Made it into the round of 8, I believe it was, but then by 1 point found himself on the outside looking in. There is Tim Blum, another strong competitor here tonight. He last year rattled off, I think it was 4 in a row. It would have been 5, but he got disqualified in the season opener at Talladega for going below the yellow line on the final lap to win that one. Right now, Tim Blum, though, back in action here. Good to see him back as he is running into the 16th position. Bit of a battle up front here. Here comes the RB Custom Rigs Toyota. This is Justin Gann, the birthday kid. He has now caught Michael Trovarthan. No, it looks like Trovarthan actually, reports coming in now that Trovarthan actually went up into the outside wall with his Ram Ford. So there is right front damage on that Ford Mustang, and that is kind of hampering the performance. Richard Murdoch, I hear, also got a little piece of that in the Adventure in Pixels 01. So those 2 drivers now falling back here, as now Terriel and Butler are starting to extend the race lead that they have. So Terriel, then Butler, Murdoch, and Gann. He's the man on the move now. He is into the 4th position in the RB Custom Rigs entry and looking to try and take over the 3rd position. What a way to start the season if it was your birthday And you were able to park not only yourself in victory lane for the first time, but also park the sponsor of the league's car in victory lane, the RB Custom Rigs banner on that car, and of course the sponsor here in the Scrambler series. Here comes James here in the Z line. Toyota, he'll work into that 6th position now under Trovarthan. Trovarthan, remember, with the damage. Now here comes Eric Johnson. Johnson, one of those drivers 2 seasons ago, pointed his way into the championship hunt. Didn't have a single win, but was able to get his way into that Final 4. Just wasn't able to really battle with the likes of Sean Butler for that championship, and he ended up being the 4th position driver coming out of that final race. Justin Gann is now going to look to the inside on Murdoch. Murdoch almost into the outside wall. He's very familiar with that turn 1 and 2 wall, as a couple of years ago when we brought the trucks to the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Murdoch had a little bit of an oops down in turn number 1. And, well, he's trying not to repeat that here tonight as he let Gann just go right on by. Now it's going to be the 86's turn. This is James Skelton, who lives literally right down the road, I hear, from Richard Murdoch. So maybe he's going to toss a beer back and forth as these two drivers exchange this position here on lap number 18. It's going to be the Flower Town Animal Hospital on the side of the James Skelton machine here. He will now take over that 4th spot. A couple other spots a little bit farther back exchanging hands. It looks like Dalton Williamson in the BK Paint Glove Box Motorsports entry. He has lost a couple positions here as Maurer has got around him along with Gainey and Anderson. Dalton Williamson right now down 13 positions. Looks like the number 2 draft top entry here, Ford Mustang of Josh Buckley, just hit turn 4 wall and took a little bit of trip through the AstroTurf. He's back out on track though and all right. Dalton Williamson now working to the inside of the sim box, number 71 of Nathan Maurer. He's got a line of cars down to the bottom trying to follow him. There's Jason Wells. There's Tim Blum to the outside. That's Joe Strano. Oh, sideways for Maurer that time, entering turn 1. Probably trying to use that sim box that he has to adjust the brake bias on that 71. Williamson also up the track. Wells will just duck underneath him out of turn number 2. And now here comes the number 10 of Tim Blum, also looking to the inside here on Williamson. This is not the night that Dalton won it. I don't believe this driver is used to competing in the Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series on Thursday night for the Red Light Racing Series. Used to competing 1, 2, 3, somewhere in the top 5 for this driver. But right now, Dalton Williamson is backing up through the field. He has dropped all the way now to the 14th position. Pit stops could be looming here in the near future. Getting reports that Michael Bromley actually just came out of pit road with this drafttop.com entry. The Busch Latte is on the front of his machine. Bromley Designs painting up that beautiful looking number 48 for the season here. Right now he is 1 lap down to the race leaders. We'll see if he can get back up onto the lead lap. He is the first driver to bring it down to pit road though. Well, where's your race leader? Don't worry, race fans. Right now he's coming out of turn 4. He's got about almost a second lead over Sean Butler, who trails him in that second position. The Trust Me Vodka 88 of Sean Butler is currently running in that second position. It looks like Butler just trying to have a little steady pace as it looks like one driver coming down pit road. This is the 917 of Tim Combs. He will come down pit road. He will be the second driver now to make his pit stop. Doug Neal going to bring the sim box 977 down pit road, and he's going to be followed by the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, number 940 of Rob Higgins. So 3 drivers right now down on pit road. It would be the total of 4 drivers who have made their pit stops here tonight. But Max Terrell says it is not time just yet. He stays out. I believe one of them coming to pit road here. Tim Blum going to lead another group down. Here comes Tim Blum. Here comes the 64 of Wells, and I believe that's Nathan Maurer in that Simbox entry. So 2 Simbox machines coming down on pit road. They're also going to drag the number 11 of Leo Bordage down pit road. Field starting to get strung out here as the first green flag pit cycle of the night is happening. Your race leaders will carry on by here. They won't come down. It looks like your top 7, top 8 will also stay out under this pit sequence. Nobody outside the top 20 going to come down this time by, so a couple drivers are taking the advantage here in the early goings to get to pit road, see if they can make up a little bit of time, or see where all those drivers start to cycle back through here tonight. Leader of Max Terriot this time. He will stay out. Will Sean Butler continue to follow? So it's the Ford leading the Chevrolet right now. Toyota still running in the 3rd spot. That's Justin Gann, James Skelton, and James Heater rounding out the top 5. Dustin Gainey will pit. He'll be a driver out of the top 10 to come down here on lap 26. We did estimate right around lap 25 was going to be the breaking point for a lot of these drivers. I don't know if they can quite make it to lap number 30 here tonight. Gainey going to swing it right into pit stall number 17. And now he will go to work to get his 4 tires. Race leaders will come by this time. It'll be 26 laps completed in the season opener here for the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series. Where is the first driver that hit pit road? Well, right now, he is 3 wide. With that is the 71 of Nathan Maurer, and the number 4, that's Kyle Souza. Souza right now running into that 17th position. He was just trying to get out of the way of those faster cars because they both have fresh tires on those machines. As it looks like Maurer will make quick work of Bromley. Bromley was the first car down on pit road. Now a couple drivers coming down. It looks like here comes Eric Johnson and Michael Trovarthan, Christopher Rothrock, Dalton Williamson all coming down. And a slew. Pit road is about to get busy. Ryan O'Donoghue is down pit road. Williamson is on pit road. Ryan has brand new colors on this Ford. No, it looks like he almost misses his pit box. Did he actually get his pit box? He did. Swung it in real late, trying to miss. I believe that was that Rothrock exiting pit road there, I think. Possibly, or maybe it was Eric Johnson. Somebody was swinging in there or coming out of their pit box as Ryan O'Donoghue was trying to get into pit road. Now down on pit road, a handful of other Minto, Troutman, Buckley, Coleman, Souza, all these drivers coming down pit road. Right now, Brandon Minto was the biggest mover before he came to pit road. We'll see where he cycles back through. Your race leaders, though, still have yet to come to pit road. And now here comes Max Terriot. Sean Butler was going to go for another one, but he's going to hit the hooks, and he's going to drag the top 5 along with. So that Ford going to lead him down pit road. Sean Butler, Max Terriot, Justin Gann, James Skelton, James Heater, Richard Murdoch, and DJ Anderson. So your top 7, you see them all down on pit road as everybody else is trying to get their work done. Josh Buckley trying to get out ahead of the race leaders. So they make their pit stops as everybody else still out there circling, as it looks like Wells will take over the lead from Minto. Minto just coming out of, actually not coming out of pit road. I think he missed pit road last time by, and he's down on the apron trying to bring that Barstool Sports machine to pit road. He will now finally make it to pit road. As we're seeing, it looks like the Alienware number 64 of Jason Wells will take over the race lead for the time being. We'll see where it cycles through here. Waiting on just, I believe, one more driver to hit pit road, as actually Minto finally gets his number 20 to pit road. So that will complete the green flag pit cycles here on lap number 30. As a new leader tonight, the first lead change of the evening. And Jason Wells will come across the line and lead his first laps here of the season for the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series. So as he leads, Tim Blum is sitting there second now with Dustin Gainey in third. This is how your top 10 is going to look after the first green flag pit cycle of the season. Wells, then Blum. Then it's going to be Dustin Gainey. What a race he is having so far here tonight for the Mickey Tax Service Machine. Eric Johnson is running into that third position, but look who's hot to trot on the back of him. It's the Trust Me Vodka 88 of Sean Butler. They were the final ones to come to pit road, and they are knocking on the back door. Sean Butler going to look here to the inside. That'll be the battle for the 4th and the 5th position. Butler will take it without much hesitation there. So Johnson back to 5th. Butler up into that 4th position. Justin Gann is sitting there running into the 6th position now with Nathan Maurer. Remember, Maurer running in 7th. He was one of the first drivers to hit pit road. He was down on lap 23 tonight. Max Terriot a little bit slower of a pit stop for the driver of this 42. Trying to look at it. Looks like it was a 4-tire stop at about 15 seconds in his box. So they packed that thing full and plenty of fuel to go for a little while. Running into that ninth position then is actually going to be James Skelton. Then it's Michael Trovarthan rounding out the top 10. That's your top 10 here after the green flag pit cycles. So dropping out of the top 10 for the first time here tonight is going to be Michael Trovarthan, who runs into now the 11th position. Richard Murdoch also falling out of the top 10 with DJ Anderson. Well, let's see any pit road penalties. It looks like Don Coleman and Bruce Potter both were pot for speeding coming into pit road. So both those drivers are down the running order just a little bit. Don Coleman, one of those Rookie of the Year candidates in the 997. Don Coleman right now running into the 30th position here on lap number 35. Down 2 laps to the race leader. And actually, Max Terrialt's right there, so that's just not going to help his cause. Terrialt, yes, is running into that 6th position. These two drivers, though, are used to running right like this. You know, one in front of the other, obviously. But it's either Coleman ahead of Terrialt or Terrialt ahead of him. That's just on Thursday night in the modifieds. Look at this big battle here, though. It's the number 40 of Josiah Millen. It's the 991 of Dalton Williamson. Williamson will jump down to the bottom. There's Ryan O'Danny. And then Leo Borge also right there in the battle, along with Troutman. He's just behind them. This is all the battle for about the 19th position, 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd, 23rd, all under the blanket here that are battling. James Skelton also battling for a position. He is running in the 8th spot, trying to hold off James Heater as Sean Butler is going for the race lead out of turn number 4. Butler to the race lead here. He is our 3rd leader so far here tonight. Sean Butler takes the lead, and no, Wells going to actually tap the outside wall with the Alienware Camaro. I don't see much damage, if any, done to the Alienware number 64 for Wells. Yeah, I don't see any crinkled fender, but Tim Blum also right ahead of him. A lot of drivers getting a little piece of the wall. One of them way up against that outside wall. That's the 59 of Bruce Potter. He's actually going to slam the outside wall coming out of 4. That Ford Mustang going to stay high. A bunch of the leaders are starting to really pass him down to the bottom lane. And Bruce Potter gets tight out of turn 4. Slaps that 59 into the outside wall. Looks like he's going to be able to carry on, but the damage is already done. That car is going to be aerodynamically challenged the rest of the way here tonight. So Sean Butler will come back around here. This will be his 2nd lap led. Justin Gann is now trying to pressure that Dirty Mo Radio Arns machine out of the way. So the RB Custom Rigs Toyota will now take over the 2nd position. Everett Johnson is 3rd. Tim Blum is 4th, but he's got Terrialt all over the back bumper of him. This Ford Mustang, we knew it was fast from the drop of the green flag for Terrialt. Now he's just trying to get back to where he was before he came onto pit road. Gainey is right there, but he has old tires. He is out to the outside. James Skelton is down to the bottom, along with James Heater. Getting closer to that ever elusive halfway point here tonight. As you watch these guys just inside the top 10 try and reshuffle the deck. Gainey came down pit road, and it looks like a 2-tire stop only for Dustin Gainey. That's what actually gained him a ton of this track position tonight in this early stage. He is the only driver that took just 2 tires, 2 right side tires for the number 15 of Dustin Gainey. A lot of these drivers in practice were complaining about having very tight cars here at Charlotte. So Gainey going with that 2-tire stop to try and gain the track position and maybe free the car up a little bit. Michael Trovarthan there trying to battle back. Remember, he had damage on the front end of the 31 also. So now he is running back here into the 9th position. He was all the way up inside the top 3 at one point. Now looking to the inside of Dustin Gainey to try and pick up a spot. Gainey this year getting the number 15 stamped on the side of his car. He had a 9, I believe, for 2 seasons. Now finally getting rid of the 9 and passing it off to the next gentleman. And that gentleman is the 977 of Doug Neal, who he just actually got past driver owner of the Sim Box. Sim Box over on Facebook. If you're looking for a button box, head on over to Sim Box and get your button box. And you know what would go great with one of those button boxes, race fans? A custom rig. Head on over to RB Custom Rigs, the premier sponsor here for the Scrambler series, and get your custom rig built to get you out onto the racetrack, get you off the sidelines watching on the YouTube platform. And, well, get up here and battle with Justin Gann and his RB Custom Rigs Toyota tonight, who is currently running into that second position. Approaching the halfway point, just 2 laps away from halfway home here tonight in the season opener for the Red Light Racing. You see the 42 has caught now Eric Johnson. Johnson sails it way off into the corner, tries to diamond it off, but Max Terrell with those fresher tires is starting to chew into that little bit of a gap that he has. Will Max Terrell be able to hop and skip and jump around the driver of the 33 before the next round of the green flag pit cycles are coming? Guessing one of the first drivers that will come to pit road will be Michael Bromley. Right now, it looks like he's actually down onto the apron with his drafttop.com machine, and actually I think he just found the turn 1 wall, which is why he is down on the apron. So Michael Bromley having some handling issues with that draft top entry. We'll see if he's going to bring it to pit road here. It's right at about when he pitted the first time. Actually, he will get to stay out with that number 48 right now. So Bromley still going around the circuits. Keep a close eye on him because he is the last car on the lead lap. Because Sean Butler, there he is, Sean Butler in the Trust Me Vodka 88. Now entering turn number 1 as Bromley is a little bit down the back straightaway. About a half a straightaway gap as now here comes Terriel to the outside of Eric Johnson. Seen a couple moves to the outside here tonight. The inside just gets so tight when you get underneath somebody. The problem is, then you get that where Eric Johnson got a little tight there, and it started to push up the speedway. Terriel makes the pass, but Eric Johnson going to lose a lot of ground there to that 42 because he had to lift, he had to break the momentum. So now your top 5 looks like Sean Butler, Justin Gann, Max Terriel, Eric Johnson, now James Skelton still sitting there in that position, but trying to close in on the Eric Johnson machine. Borge going to be the first one to pit road. Leo Borge, Michael Bromley coming down with his machine. So those drivers coming down to make their second stop of the evening here on lap number 48. So will that drag everybody else down pit road? Sean Butler says not right now. Will Dalton Williamson come down? He will not, but Rob Higgins will make his way to pit road, and then a couple other drivers going to race to pit road. That's Christopher Rothrock in the Renaissance Nutrition machine. Looks like he's been into the outside wall here tonight just a little bit. Along with him coming down pit road, that is Tim Combs in the 917. Rothrock, just a little short. He has to spin the tires to get into the pit box, but he finds a home. Will go a lap down, though. Michael Bromley down and away out of pit road. Rob Higgins is on pit road also. Here comes Leo Borge. They are all coming out onto the speedway now. So the second round of green flag pit stops are happening at Charlotte. Butler, Gann, Terriel, Johnson, and Skelton, though, are your top runners so far. Will any of them come down pit road? They seem to be able to push it farther than just about anybody. As there you see Dalton Williamson. He's trying to look to the inside here of Ethan Troutman. Looks like Christopher Rothrock had a little bit of an issue coming out of pit road. He hit the grass just a tad. Now coming on to pit road, the Oreo Ritz number 924. This is Zach Mitchell coming to pit road. A tough night so far here for Mitchell. Maybe some special tires here on pit road. Harry Hogg down there in his pit box. Going to kind of match him up. I'm looking at this Oreo machine. I'm seeing brand new damage for the first time. Damage to that left rear of the Oreo machine. I wonder where somebody had gotten into him. We didn't get to catch it. But there is definitely brand new damage on the Oreo Ritz machine. Bruce Potter now coming down pit road. Looks like Wells has also been down onto pit road with the Alienware, number 64, so he will come back out onto the speedway. He is running in the 21st position, but he has made that pit stop. Caution flag out onto the track. It looks like Michael Bromley has gone around in the draft top, number 48. That will bring out the first caution flag of the night. Caution flag as green flag pit cycles were just starting. That's going to trap a couple drivers, maybe a lap or two down here. So the first caution flag coming out. The iRacing pace truck will pick up your race leader of Sean Butler. So let's see if we can go back and catch what happened to Michael Bromley. There you already see him. Oh, he came through the tri-oval. The car went up the track just a little bit. Yeah, it looks like he got up into that outside wall, and around goes the number 48 of Michael Bromley, bringing out the caution flag. He spins it down to the inside, and it looked like he was going to be far enough off the racing surface. Let's watch this back just a little bit farther. Let's go here from our drone camera here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, provided by RB Custom Rigs. Bromley with those fresh tires. Oh, slight neck code contact with actually the 51 there of Anderson. Bromley up into the outside wall, and he goes for the spin cycle, and that's all it took. As everybody coming down pit road here, they know this is the chance to get some fresh tires without having to make mistakes. Who will win this battle off of pit road, though, we will watch as it looks like 20 drivers coming down, 21 drivers onto pit road here all at once. That should bring Wells back around as our lucky dog recipient, I believe. Looks like the number 2 of Buckley missing his pit stall. He drives right down through pit road. Sean Butler will win the battle off of pit road. Look at everybody else. The Madhouse Dash to come out of pit road here. But what happened to the number 2 of Josh Buckley? Let's go back and watch this. Let's ride on board here. Ride on board and see what happened for the driver of the Need for Speed Motorsports number 2 of Buckley. Looking for his pit box, and right there's his pit box. Drives right on by, misses his pit stall on the front straightaway here. It's the only place that you can pit. I don't know if he thought he was pitting out back here at Charlotte. So Buckley just carries on, goes right back out onto the track. Now he will come down pit road. So that'll turn everything back over to Sean Butler. Coming out of pit road, this is how they look. Sean Butler, Max Terriel, Justin Gann, Eric Johnson, James Skelton, James Heater. That's your top 6 drivers. Then it's going to be Michael Trovarthan, DJ Anderson, Tim Blum, and Dustin Gainey round out the top 10 drivers. Jason Wells was your lucky dog recipient here. While we have time, race fans, we got to thank you all for tuning in here tonight to watch the season opener for the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. Right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, it is the season opener. And race fans, we appreciate all of you tuning in tonight to watch this season opener. If it's your first time here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, go ahead, hit that little subscribe button, hit the little bell also, get the notification anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it be K.R. Stolfus, Chris Legou, Rick Hammond, David Whirl, or even Al Smith, or myself, Muth up here in the booth. You know, we go live weekly with all racing action from the Scrambler Series to the SK Modifieds to the big tracks like Talladega and Daytona, all the way to your short track racing action. We have it all right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. To get your iRacing itch, well, you just got to tune in anytime, and we're here somewhere, somehow. We will bring you racing all over the air. And, of course, if you'd like to get out here on the track with these drivers in the Scrambler Series, head on over to just the home of RB Custom Rigs. Go Go over to Google. All you got to do, race fans, or just take a peek down in the description. That's the easiest thing you can do. Take a peek down in the description. Find the link to the RB Custom Rigs website. Get yourself a custom rig. Tell them you saw it right here with the Red Light Racing Series on Monday night. Let's take a peek, though. Where is our highest running Rookie of the Year? There it is. The BK Paints Glove Box Motorsports driver out of Florida, Dalton Williamson. The highest up rookie so far. A long race to go. Another one of those rookies. Here is the number 29, the Higgins Hill Racing Checkered Flag Auto Supply, number 940. That's Rob Higgins. Right now, he is in a wave-around position. He was down on pit road when that yellow flag came out. So the Checkered Flag Auto Supply driver will try and tag the rear of the field here. He's in good position. He should get the wave around when we get the one to go. Another cool thing about the Rob Higgins entry, you see the sponsor on the side of that? That's the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Just got myself a shirt in the mail the other day. Got to give a huge shout out to all of them. So anybody up in the Ayer, Massachusetts area, go ahead and swing into the Checkered Flag Auto Supply. They got everything you need to keep your car running right and on the road, because it is summertime here in the Northeast, and boy does it get hot. So if you're up there in Massachusetts, go ahead, stop in there, get your AC components fixed. If you're a mechanic, you'll be able to fix those yourself. If not, maybe you got to take it to the garage, or they can refer you to somebody over there. So Rob Higgins will take the wave around here. So that'll line us back up here for this restart. Restart here tonight going to come with 57 laps completed, with Sean Butler taking the inside lane here over Max Theriault. Justin Gann going to have a little bit of work, and you know who's going to have a lot of work to do to try and get himself back up to where he was? It's this man right here, the Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Number 51, DJ Anderson. Our hats do have to go off to DJ Anderson. He is a police officer, and, well, we know all the tough times that the police are having all around the world right now. It doesn't matter if it's just here in the United States. A lot of things going on over in China and, of course, in Australia. So our hats do go off, and we've got to thank all the police officers and all the first responders all around the world for everything they got going on out there. So Anderson comes down pit road here. He'll top off. He'll join the back of the field with Buckley and Souza and Minto. But we are coming back into the restart zone here tonight, as the iRacing.com pace truck here tonight will make the left-hand turn onto pit road. And we will get back to the loud pedal. First restart here of the evening. Green flag back into the air. We are racing once again here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Sean Butler going to get a good start, but the 42 of Theriault gets an even better one to the outside. Butler not going to go away without swinging for the fences here. He'll get the better run from the center off as someone is spinning. It looks like that is the Ryan O'Danny machine. He is sideways 360. Nobody else gets involved in that, I don't believe. How did everybody just miss that spinning? 98 of Ryan O'Danny to bring out the second caution flag tonight out of turn number 2. We will have to definitely go back here and take the peek to see what happened to Ryan O'Danny on that spin cycle, because that was a wild one. There you see he's already actually gone around here. We'll have to see if the truck has a couple more angles of this one. Oh, look at Higgins there. Complete lockup on the 940 to stay out of the 924 there of Mitchell. Oh, Tony Strano actually into the back of Ryan O'Danny, and that's going to spin him right around, and everybody wreck avoidance in that one. Let's go back here and see. I believe we have the Victory Junction onboard camera here. Yes, we do, with Tony Strano. There you see the contact that's sent around Ryan O'Danny down the back straightaway. So Ryan's going to bring that Ford Mustang back around here. He will hit pit road to see if he can get a little damage repaired on that machine and see if he can get back out on track. So now we work our second caution flag here of the evening, race fans. And now that it is the second caution flag of the night, these drivers, remember we talked about it at the top of the show, we're going to have a lot of decisions to make this year. New rules in the Scrambler series with these Xfinity cars, and when we hit the trucks and the Cup cars, and this season we're going to have a brand new car to the Scrambler series. We're going to mix in the fourth car. It's the 1987 Cup car that will be making its debut this season. But these drivers were just down on pit road. They only have 4 sets of tires to take you all the way. The question is, when do you take the tires? Because you don't want to be left at the end of the race with no fresh rubber for these drivers. So right now it looks like everybody inside the top 10, top 15 will actually continue to stay out here. Nobody wants to be the man to run out of tires first. Biggest mover up through the field here tonight is going to be the number 40 of Josiah Millen, the top 10 Pennsylvania. Jack Daniels, Jordan Henn Racing entry. Josiah Millen up 19 spots currently. He is running into that 14th position. He is the biggest mover so far of the race. Unfortunately, the man who lost power here tonight, the driver of the 914 of Single, he is out of this one. Sean Single is out of the event after having a power outage as soon as the green flag dropped here tonight. So he is watching from the sideline. We do see you out there tonight. Sean, we're sorry to see you have some power issues, and Donald Bennett also out of the event. He's out there watching on the YouTube side of things. We got to thank both those drivers for continuing to at least stay here and watch the coverage on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Cody Levitt also having some issues out there tonight. So those 3 drivers currently are sidelined here tonight. I do think Donald Bennett was able to get back into the sim, but I think he is elected, since it's so late into the race, to not go out there. There are 2 positions out there available for Donald Bennett if he went out onto the speedway. But I did get the confirmation from the Bennett crew that they have some PC issues, power supply, or some issues that are going on out there. Maybe just a faulty wire on his sim rig. It does look like some strategy now being played. Here comes Justin Gann. He'll come down pit road. So the interesting strategy here, maybe Justin Gann thinks if we get a green flag cycle like we just had, he'll be able to make it the rest of the way on fuel. So Gann brings the RB Custom Rigs Toyota Supra down pit road. So does, though, Dustin Gainey. He comes down pit road here. Yeah, it's just fuel only there for Justin Gann, as we did get, or thought we got the one to go. It looks like we're going to go around at least a handful of times yet here before we go back racing. That just means, race fans, we get to talk to someone. And while we get to talk to somebody, what do you say we go ahead and just talk? Well, let's talk to the birthday boy himself. Let's see what Justin Gann has cooking up in strategy with this Toyota Supra. Gann, you got a copy? It's Muth up here on the booth.
Hey, how's it going? Yep, I got you.
Well, we're doing good up here. That looks like a pretty sporty Toyota Supra out there with those RB Custom Rigs logos slapped on the front and the side of that. What's the strategy in the pit there?
Well, I'm hoping it's going to go green all the way, and then that way I can run it out.
Yeah, you're right there inside that border, but you have a really fast Toyota Supra. Yeah. Is the strategy now let these boys have at it and try and get that green flag run, or are you going to march through this field here and go back and take the lead?
I'm going to try to move up as quick as I can for the first few laps, and then probably going to take it easy. Try to conserve some fuel.
Well, you're right there on the cusp of being able to make it, Justin. We got to say one more thing, though. You know it's coming. Happy birthday, my friend. Sometimes it's great being 21 again, ain't it?
Yeah.
Well, Justin, good luck the rest of the way there, guy.
I appreciate you.
So Justin is turning 21 tonight. He's not 30 like the side of his car does say. We'll see if he's able to work his way back through the field. He's right there on the verge of being able to make it the rest of the way on fuel. Now the one to go, gonna come across the screen here. 1 lap to go before we go back to the green flag racing. Dan the Critic always out there. Caution flag, Dan. Caution number 2. Thanks for tuning in here tonight, Dan. We really appreciate you. We'll see you on Thursday night when the SK Modified Series heads back to the track here for the red light racing divisions. The Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network with a lot of the drivers you see out here tonight. That's right. They don't just drive Xfinity cars. They don't just drive the Gander Outdoor Truck Series. They don't just drive the Cup cars or the 87 machines. They get out there and they mix it out. Short tracks every Thursday night, 100 laps the distance on every short track that the iRacing platform offers us. They go to and they battle it out. I mean, you think this is good racing here tonight? They have great racing on Thursday night. Also, Red Light Racing always delivers with good quality racing. But it's back time to go back into the restart zone here. iRacing Pace Truck is down and away, and we will get back to what you race fans like to see. Side-by-side racing to try and see who is faster. Is it going to be the Ford or the Chevrolet on the front row? Restart zone here. 63 laps completed tonight, and we are back racing. Couple drivers having some issues back here. Millen has spun it around to the inside of the Jack Daniels number 40. He's off the raceway. Ryan O'Donnell is also down off the raceway, but we stay. Green flag racing as both drivers will gather their machines up and they get back out onto the track. We run side by side down the back straightaway into turn 3. The Trust Me Vodka Gen X driver of Sean Butler going to take the race lead. Max Terriolt's right there, but he is going to lose the ground. It'll be Sean Butler coming back around here to lead that lap. Just 26 laps to go here tonight, and the field is strung out behind. I believe it's calling about the first 11 drivers. Then they string out. Look at the move. Max Terriolt's going to make a hole down to the inside there, but Tim Blum says, I don't think so. He'll now jump down to the bottom. He'll try and get the run. He's not going to be good enough. He lost a little bit of the momentum. Here comes the number 18 of James Heater to the outside. Your front 3 run single file. Josiah Millen going to dive her down to pit road with the number 40 machine. He's going to see how much damage is done to that Jack Daniels car. We were just talking about how he was the big mover of the race. Now he's down on pit road as everybody single files out until you find the 10th position. That's where the battle is. The 9th, 10th, and 11th spot under fire right now. The Green Forest Tree Supply number 43 of Joe Strano for the Strano Brothers race team is trying to work themselves up another spot, and that is being held right now by the 62 of Troutman. Troutman battling back with that Ford power to the outside. He keeps it wound up, and now he, at the start-finish line, will take back that 9th position. So now your top 10 drivers have all gone single file. Biggest mover inside the top 10. He's inside the top 5. It's the number 10 of Tim Blum. So Tim Blum up to that 4th position and hungry. Remember, Blum went on a tear last season. See if he can do it once again here. Wells right now holding on to the 10th position with Strano behind him. Dalton Williamson also right there. He is the highest running rookie currently. He is sitting into the 12th position. Tony Strano in the Victory Junction, number 3. He is back here running into the 13th position. Josh Buckley is 14th. And Dustin Gainey rounds out the top 15 drivers. Looks like Ryan O'Donnell is able to stay on track. He's going to stay on the lead lap for the time being. But he is the last driver on the lead lap running into the 26th position. A lot of damage on this Brewworks machine. That Ford has seen better days. Brand new colors entering this season here. And now Ryan's maybe wishing he didn't have such a bright color. Jack Walls looking under the sim box Camaro of Nathan Maurer. Maurer had a good season last season and into the offseason did a lot of racing on his own. You can catch him over at Maurer Racing on Facebook.com. Always streaming his point of view. We're not telling you to run away and hide right now, race fans. But if you're ever bored and looking for a stream, you can catch him over on Facebook.com, Maurer Racing. Or as a lot of guys would like to call him, that's Mower. Mower looks like he has some nose damage. Maybe he did go down and try and cut the AstroTurf. Richard Murdoch sliding back a spot, though, here as Troutman now goes down to the bottom with 20 laps to go here tonight in the season opener. Sean Butler starting to open up a gap. Remember how we talked to the birthday man? He said he was going to try and come through the field. Justin Gann is working his tail off to try and get back up here. He is running into the 18th position with just 19 laps to go. Right ahead of him is one of those drivers that kind of got dinged by that caution flag coming out. That's the 33 of Eric Johnson. Johnson is running in the 17th position after getting back onto the lead lap. Gann is sitting there now 18th with 19 laps to go, and here it goes. Johnson trying to work around another car. That's the Rothrock entry. So Johnson will take over the 16th spot. So racing all over the speedway here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. There you see just ahead of them, you see the number 2 draft top entry of Josh Buckley. That Ford has seen better days. Beautiful looking paint scheme. It looks like a wannabe Brad Keselowski paint scheme on that number 2 with some new sponsorship. Leo Borge jumping down to the inside. Contact between him and Rothrock. Contact in turn number 3 there between those two drivers battling for the 18th spot. That'll move Rothrock up out of the groove. Kyle Souza going to take over the 19th position. That's a gimme there for Rothrock. Justin Gann going to go right around the outside. Buckley tried to sneak in right behind him and take the draft with him. Unfortunately, Justin Gann and that Toyota Supra absolutely put the power down and just rocketed around the outside, and he is gone. Out front, still running single file. It'll be 16 laps to go. The question being, the last time your leaders were down on pit road was on lap 53. So I'm guessing here in the next handful of laps, 6 to maybe 10 laps, you're going to see them make possibly their final pit stop of the evening. With that final pit stop coming here in just a little bit, they gotta be on their heels. They don't want to be left in the dust. They don't want to make a mistake. Right now is not the time to make a mistake. You want to come down pit road and at least 2 tires on the right side of these machines, and I think what everybody is going to go with tonight when it comes down to the final stages of this one. So out front it is Butler, Skelton, Terrill, Blum, and Heater, your top 5 drivers right now, but there is 2 drivers stuck to the back end. That is Trovarthan, and I believe one of them into the wall there, I think, or somebody having a little bit of connection issue. That is actually Jason Wells having a little bit of issue. You see him down the back straightaway there, right in front of this group of cars. You see him in and out. That's why we can't get a close-up angle on that 64 machine. Richard Murdoch currently sitting into this 10th position. He is battling with the Adventure in Pixels 01. Mr. Lunch Lady trying to get back down to the bottom there as Williamson got around him, Troutman got around, Maurer got around, so that moves Murdoch back to 12th. Still battling way back here for this 18th position. Souza just got around Leo Borge. Justin Gann starting to move up with Eric Johnson into some more lap traffic as we close in on just 10 laps to go. Get your picks in now, race fans. Where does the strategy lie here tonight? Does Eric Johnson or Justin Gann have enough fuel to go the rest of the way? Does Dustin Gainey? He's on that same strategy. He is up a little bit farther. You see him running into that 13th position with that number 15 machine. Does he have the strategy played out here tonight? None of your leaders are coming down pit road that time. There you see the 71 of Maurer work to the bottom of Dalton Williamson. He'll take the position. Murdoch still trying to hang on there to 10th, but it looks like Troutman's going to be able to gobble him up here in just a couple of laps. Ryan O'Danny down on pit road with his wounded machine. He'll make his final pit stop here of the night. So he comes down, but everybody else continues to power around this 1.5-mile Charlotte Motor Speedway for the season opener for the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series. There's the battle. Max Terrell applying pressure now to these top two drivers. He has sat around. He has coasted around this track long enough. One of them into the outside wall there, I believe. Down the back straightaway. Rothrock going for a spin. And I think Don Coleman was involved. There you see the Renaissance Nutrition. Number 84 turning it around, and he's got heavy damage on that machine as he rolls away. Let's take a peek back. What happened with Don Coleman and the 84? Oh, Rothrock going to get real tight, dump truck tight, and when he goes to correct it, Coleman nowhere to go. Coleman into the outside wall. Rothrock back up into traffic. DJ Anderson going to get some of that. So nowhere to go. They're coming down the back straightaway. There you see it again. Hard impacts to that inside wall there. DJ Anderson, nothing he could do to really miss that, but everybody will venture down pit road here for the final time tonight. This is the money stop. Who's going to come out where? Leaders all hit their pit boxes. Every single one of them are down pit road here. Is Justin Gann going to pull some strategy? Remember, he was just down pit road just a little bit ago. Is it going to be 2 tires? 2 tires for a lot of these drivers. So a lot of drivers going with that 2-tire strategy. Look at Max Terriot, though. He's going to come out way back here. He took 4 tires. And I think he's going to go from 3rd possibly back to right around the 6th, 7th position. Sean Butler will retain the race lead on a 2-tire stop along with James Skelton. Looks like right now Josh Buckley has not come down pit road. So it's Butler, Skelton, Buckley. Currently, the timing and scoring is going to read. We'll throw it up there for you, race fans. Now Buckley will come down, so it'll be Butler, Skelton, Blum, Murdoch, Terriot, Gann, Heater, Trovarthan, Wells, Maurer, your top 10 drivers when we go back racing. It'll probably be about a 5-lap shootout here tonight. Every driver inside the top 5 has been down on pit road to take tires at least 3 times, which leaves them with 1 set of tires if needed. Justin Gann is on his final set of right side tires tonight. The RB Custom Rigs Toyota. So race fans, what do you think? You think you'll like the Xfinity Series? Well, just next week, we're going to put the cover on them. That's right. The Xfinity car goes away. It's the Scrambler Series. So we're going to scramble it up. Starting with the Xfinity Series here to start the season opener. Then we're going to head to the Pocono Raceway. We're going to whip out the old Cup cars, dust them off. They've been sitting in the garage for quite a while. Then we're going to head to the Lucas Oil Speedway. That's when you're going to see the Xfinity cars come back out. And then round number 4 is when you're going to see, for the first time this season, the Gander Outdoors Truck Series. They will make an appearance at the Texas Motor Speedway. Then, well, 2 weeks after that, we head to Rockingham. That's going to be when you get to see the 1987 cars head to the Rockingham Speedway before we use them one more time at the North Wilkesboro Speedway on October 12th. That is at the North Wilkesboro Speedway for the 1987 cars. You don't want to miss that on October the 12th. Go ahead and mark that on your calendar. You want to make sure you see that one. And then the following week, to round things out before we head to the Chase. That's right, I said Chase. So you win here tonight at Charlotte, lock yourself into the first round of the playoffs. That doesn't come all the way until November, though. We got to head through the Daytona International Speedway. That's where anything could happen. You could find yourself in when we get to Daytona, or you can find yourself out, or somebody, an underdog that you just don't know, could wind up in victory lane and snatch a spot away in the playoffs at Daytona. That's going to be the tricky one. We do head to a road course this season. We do head to the Charlotte Roval on September 14th with the Cup car, so we're going to have 750 horsepower ground-pounding earth shakers there on September the 14th. But first, we got to get through the season opener here tonight. Couple cars lined up in front of the leader here. It looks like Michael Bromley. It looks like Bruce Potter and Ryan O'Donnell. They will take a wave around here when we come back around to the start-finish line. That will put Bromley and Potter back onto the lead lap. That will actually put them one lap down. Ryan O'Donnell will then go to the lead lap, I believe, is what our timing and scoring is telling us currently. But you never know until we hit the green flag if that's ever correct or not. So let's see. Do the iRacing Pace Truck lights go out here tonight? Are we going to get a 4-lap shootout? That's what it looks like as you see those cars getting their wave around. They will tag the rear of the field now. So it'll be Butler lining up to the inside here on this restart with James Skelton to the outside. Tim Blum will line up to the inside of row number 2. Then it'll be Richard Murdoch. He also has just 2 tires on that 01 machine. Then sitting there in the 5th position, that's the driver that took 4 tires. That's Max Terriot. Was 4 tires going to be the play to go? We're going to find out. Justin Gann, the birthday boy, he will restart 6th on the outside with 2 tires, and everybody else through the field, 4 tires. Heater, Trovarthan, Wells, Maurer, your top 10, all with 4 tires. Can maybe Eric Johnson or Dalton Williamson back there from 12th and 13th, can they come up here possibly with just 4 laps to go? We've seen strange things happen here on Monday nights. What will tonight be? Strategy throughout the field. Guys right now making the final adjustment they can. Which way is the brake bias going to go? Is it going to the front? Are they going to drive them way off into the corner? Or are they going to try and adjust it to the back, get the center turn in the car? 4 laps of shootout racing coming your way here in the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series as we approach our 1 to go in just 4 laps. iRacing Pace Truck is down out of the way. That means let's go back to racing here at Charlotte, race fans. Oh, big wiggle. They're going to spin him down to the inside. That's Tim Blum going down to the inside. He's going to take the 64 Wells with him. They are crashing in the back. 2 tires, not the way to go here on this restart. It stacks them up on the front straightaway. Heater was involved. Wells, Blum, Williamson, Buckley, and a couple other drivers out towards the back. A huge stack up that started right on the front row of things. We'll go back and we'll slow this down and really start to dissect it. Watch the 10 of Blum right there. Going to restart second car to the inside. Let's slow it down. Slow motion here for all you race fans to see exactly what happened. Over top, slow motion. You see the 10 there get sideways. Max Terriot actually avoids the 10, goes down to the inside. Blum trying to correct it. Look at the big stack up it causes to that outside. Heater nowhere to go. Wells nowhere to go. They go all down through the grass. And then behind them, more chaos. As there you see Williamson down onto the AstroTurf. And then the 4 of Souza making contact. I believe that's the 917. And the 917 of Combs is actually the one that's going to go around, get part hard into that outside wall. I believe that's the 977 that is there of Doug Neal. He was involved. Brandon Minto goes down into turn 1, and then I think he made contact with Josh Buckley, and they all carried on. So a lot of moving parts here. Let's watch it back here. Let's go cockpit view with Josh Buckley. Oh, Buckley actually got tagged from behind there by somebody, and Minto, and ooh. So he got yeeted down into turn number 1. All the chaos started there on that green flag. Just those 2 tires just got Blum a little loose. Oh, Higgins also getting involved in that. Rob Higgins was part of that. You saw the right front of that checkered flag auto supply leave the ground. Hard contact for him, too. So now that's going to put the monkey wrench into it. Now what do? You can't really give up all the track position that you have here. So that'll take us to overtime tonight here at Charlotte. Well, you wanted racing, race fans. You got racing here with the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series. Now we're going to give you a little bit of overtime. Attempt number 1 going to be coming your way. Fourth caution flying here tonight. Red Light Racing, race fans would like to thank all of you for tuning in here tonight, as so do we on the Turn 3 Racing Network. But the continued support for the Red Light Racing Series this year, picking up their sponsor for the RB Custom Rigs. They said if it wasn't for all you race fans that tune in, RB Custom Rigs would have not signed on here. So they really got to thank you. So what they ask you to do in return, as you follow them, they follow you. Go head over to Facebook.com, type in RB Custom Rigs, give them a like. They got setups that if you need something from mild to wild or something in between, they have it all for you guys. Maybe you're not just an iRacer. Maybe you're one of those guys that like to play Fortnite, like Dan Butler out there. Well, they can get you set up with Dan Butler if you get a rig from RB Custom Rigs. You can get out there and play, I believe, Chris Legoo, who's tuning in. I think I see him over there playing Roblox quite a few times. So you could possibly get in with one of Turn 3's own, Chris Legoo, and play some Roblox. It's not my forte. It's not something I like to do. I know what one of these drivers likes to do, though. The driver that's sitting right here in the 4th position tonight, Richard Murdoch, is see his picture down on the bottom left-hand screen? 2 little girls. He likes to play lunch lady. He's the teacher at home. That is Mr. Dad. He won the award in the offseason by getting his daughters a puppy and then going on vacation. Who gets a puppy and then goes on vacation? Richard Murdoch. That's the correct answer. If you guessed Murdoch, you guessed right. Murdoch, though, he's running right there in the 4th position. He's going to do it for the girls tonight. He's got 2 tires compared to a couple of these drivers behind him that are hungry. Looking at it right now, though, on the timing and scoring, DJ Anderson looks like he is out of this event, along with Christopher Rothrock, Don Coleman, Josiah Millen, Cody Levitt. Sean Single is out of this one. Donald Bennett also out of this race here tonight. That leaves us with 26 drivers on the lead lap, and the last driver on the lead lap is the DraftTop.com number 48 of Michael Bromley. He's probably over there drinking topless right now, and he is continuing to turn laps here tonight. Race fans, we do ask that you do drink responsibly and race simulated while drinking. Don't take it to the streets. We do not condone that. But Michael Bromley continued to drink topless and turn left here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway virtually. As we're going to get the 1 to go signal here, so we're going to double them back up and get you back to the green flag racing action that you all like here tonight. It's been a good one so far here at Charlotte. We'll see if we can finish this one out now here. Green-white checker attempt number 1. So it'll be Sean Butler, Max Terriel, James Skelton, Richard Murdoch, Ethan Troutman, James Heater, Justin Gann, Nathan Maurer, Tony Strano, and Michael Trovarthan rounding out the top 10 drivers here. Remember to stick around after the race to catch the Renaissance Nutrient post-race show tonight. See what your top 3 drivers have to say about the season opener. Looks like Jason Wells unfortunately just dropped connection to the iRacing server, I believe. Or actually, he's still out on track. He just dropped connection to our communication panel. See if he can pull up an upset here. iRacing pace car will look to make its left-hand turn off the track, and we will go back racing here in overtime. iRacing pace truck is down and away. Green flag pending. Sean Butler can fire when the green flag comes out. Green flag is back into the air. Let's go overtime racing at Charlotte. Looks like a clean start that time for all the drivers. Sean Butler, Max Terriel. Remember, Terriel has those 4 fresh Goodyears on that Ford. Not able to make the outside lane work. That time out of turn number 2. So they're battled down the back straightaway. Now he's going to get a great run headed into turn number 3. Butler going to move him up the track just a little bit. Terriel trying to get down to the bottom in front of James Skelton. Not going to be able to. It's going to be the checkered flag auto supply. 1 lap to go here at Charlotte. 1 lap to go for Sean Butler. Can he do it? Can he come back from back surgery in the offseason and win the first race of the season? Butler down the back straightaway. The race is for third between Troutman and Skelton, who will get the final podium position. Skelton going to rail it off on the bottom, but here coming out of turn number 4 for the first time this season, the first winner in the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series, Sean Butler back to victory lane. As Sean Butler goes to victory lane, Max Terriel rallies for a second place finish with James Skelton sitting there in third. Troutman to come home running 4th on that outside lane there. Then it's James Heater, Justin Gann, Richard Murdoch, Nathan Maurer, Michael Trovarthan, and Tony Strano will round out the field here tonight in the top 10 anyway. But the man that drives the Trust Me vodka. Trust me, I can drive sim cars fast. So, as Butler goes to burn him down here, race fans, we're going to step away for your Renaissance Nutrition post-race show here for the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series. Don't go away. You're going to want to hear what Sean Butler, Max Terriel have to say about this one. And welcome back here, race fans, to the post-race show brought to us by Renaissance Nutrition here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Racing is already in the books, and we do officially have a winner, and we got your top 3 all lined up here to talk to all of you. Let's hear it, though, from the winner here tonight in the first round of the RB Custom Rig, Sean Butler. Sean, you're able to win this one right here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And it's something that maybe in the offseason you didn't think was going to be possible with that back surgery, but you kind of prevailed, and you are the winner, and you're already going to lock yourself in to the playoffs.
Yeah, it's been it was a great race. I thank my teammate, James. He was helping me for getting here. I was not very good yesterday on the long run, so he helped me. Glad he came home third there. And then thank Max. I mean, gosh, I sailed into 3 on that, coming to 1 to go, and almost washed right up into him. So thank goodness he was on the ball there. But just a great race all night. Not many cautions considering how big our field was. So back feels good. Off all the pain meds for the most part. So my head's pretty clear.
Yeah, I was going to ask how the back after this race feels. Charlotte's not a very, I don't want to say a demanding track, because every track has its demanding parts of the race. I mean, we saw you come to pit road, and we thought that might have been a struggling point for you coming into the night, being able to apply the pressure to the brakes, but you saw Max peel it down onto the apron to come to pit road, and you actually were able to get around that 42 coming to pit road.
Yeah, I was just keeping an eye on my fuel, and when I noticed he was pitting, I was like, I had to look at my fuel real quick, and I'm like, oh crap, I got to pit too, and I just kind of ended up like a 3/4 of a car ahead of him, and that kind of screwed him up too, because I think he went to slow down to let me go, and I started slowing down to let him go, and then I had to speed up to get back around. I kind of messed us both up, but first race. Get these first race jitters, get these little mistakes out of the way, and hopefully we can all have some good racing and good green flag racing like we're used to over here. I really thought I was going to go green all the way. It just seemed like it was going to do that, and then not too bad, couple cautions here and there, but that's to be expected, especially once you get cautions late. Kind of breed cautions once you can make it.
Yeah, but a good night all in all for you here, Sean. You're the first one to lock yourself into the postseason, so you will go racing for a championship this year. That's got to feel pretty good after last year not being able to compete because of some prior commitments you had at the end of the season last year.
Yeah, I was just actually looking at the season, and I think I can make every race this season is what it looks like. I don't have anything that I know of scheduled, so I'm looking forward, hoping I can fight for that championship. I'm not too confident because the last race is Homestead and the A-Car, and I'm good there on the short run, but man, I don't have the long run speed like Max, and Max is so good on these in these things on the long run. I think he's probably one of the best guys out here on the long run with these tight setups. So he's got something figured out. Hopefully we can get it figured out and race him for a championship. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be Max, the guy to beat there.
Well, tonight, the man to beat was you, Sean. You're standing here in Victory Lane. Who do you got to thank for parking this Trust Me Vodka 88 in Victory Lane?
Trust Me Vodka for coming up on board on this Camaro, and look forward to coming out here and try to put on a good show for him. Again, thank my teammates over at Need for Speed. Just working together, trying to do the best we can as we do every race, every season. All these race drivers out here, we had a great race. Max is probably going to win a bunch of races, so thanks to Max. Like I said, there's a couple of things I made mistakes, and he was on top of it. So I'm here because he gave me room there going into 3 there. I think that would have wrecked us both. But and again, just thanks to all the fans and you for doing this, and hopefully we get to see all next week.
Well, there you heard it from your winner tonight, the driver of the Trust Me Vodka out of Ohio, the 88. That was Sean Butler. He will lock himself officially into the playoffs here right off the get-go of race number 1. Finishing actually into the second position here is the driver of the number 42, the man out of Canada. Max, you put 4 tires on it. You tried to sail it off there in the corner, but it looked like Sean kind of moved up the track a little bit in 3, and that really killed the momentum on this 42.
Yeah, actually, I didn't want to see that last caution. I think with 4 to go, I might have had a better chance, even if I were 5th back with 4 to go. I think I had a better shot, but 2 tires worked for a few laps, and for 2 laps, that was enough for him to hold the lead. But I'm still very proud of that second place. We fell back mid-race, had to work our way back, and it's a solid finish to start the season.
Yeah, all in all, coming out of tonight, you got to look at it as a great points night. But you heard us talk to Sean about that pit road. Coming to pit road, you came in as the leader. Did you just give up a little bit too much to Sean when you came down pit road?
No, I needed to save as much fuel as possible. So it started to sputter coming off of 4, going down pit road, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't speeding and I had enough to pull in my pit box without losing too much time. But that pit stop itself was more than 15 seconds, so that's pretty much how I fell a few seconds back from the top running guys. It was fun while it lasted. The long green flag runs, I think I saved enough tire to manage the 30 lap that we needed to run on that fuel run. And well, in the end, I mean, with such a large field, but so few cautions, I think we'll take it as a positive race.
Yeah, an absolute great race, especially from the drop of the green. Tonight you were able to set that quick time, but just going to come up 1 position short. But I think next week, I already can see it in your eyes, you're looking forward to heading to Pocono Raceway with the Cup car. That kind of, you're able to 3 different corners. Not a lot of guys are able to figure it out. I think the hot shoe pick might be you just next week. How do you feel about that one?
Yeah, every time we've gone to Pocono lately, it felt different. The turn 2 is definitely where I feel I can gain or lose the most time, and we'll see if we have a tight setup again or if we have a surprise loose setup, especially off of 3. That would help a lot. We'll see how these cars behave. This is just like tonight at Charlotte. It felt very different from what we practiced a few weeks back. I think 3 weeks ago we did a practice race and it felt completely different. So we'll see how it goes next week at Pocono, and hopefully have some long green flag runs like we did tonight.
Well, Max, we know you got a special somebody on the side of this car. Who do you got to thank for a podium finish tonight here at Charlotte?
Yeah, a few people watching. My girlfriend as usual, my friend Max at Maxim Knitting, and my dad. And the guys at the Red Light, Josh, James, and Richard running the league. And to the guys at the RB Rigs coming on board for this season. Good partnership. So proud to have these guys and represent them well.
Well, there you heard it from the second place finisher, the 42 of Max Terrial's going to have himself a good points night. And the final man that's going to round out our podium 3, he drives the number 86 here tonight out of South Carolina. James, a third place finish. It looked like you were possibly going to be able to squeak out a second place finish, but then that Troutman machine, that pesky Troutman came up there and got you.
No, I got Troutman. It's he was tough because I think he was on 4 tires. So just like Sean did, I sailed it in there, especially on 3. I knew the car would be a little bit loose and had some good rear brake in there, so I can get some good turn in it. And luckily I got in the gas and stuck, and I was able to, prevail. All I wanted is, obviously I wanted to win, but Sean and Max were, especially Max at 4 tires at the end. I didn't think I had a chance for him, so just get a podium finish was kind of what I was going for there at the end.
Yeah, last year was a good season, and this year already looks like a great start to this season for you and this whole 86 crew. The race is already over. We saw the finish. It was a great finish, but tell us about this sponsor on the side of this 86 car coming on board this season. It's a brand new paint scheme, brand new sponsor to the team.
Yeah, for sure. I got to thank Bromley Designs first for putting it together. I think it turned out unbelievable. My wife is she's the office manager and head vet back at Flowertown Animal Hospital, and her boss Jeff Davis is Dr. Davis. He's awesome, and I sent it to him the other day to see if it approved, and he was like, "Oh heck yeah!" So it's pretty cool to have my wife's work on board, and then I'll probably split between that my real estate company this year.
Well, it's a good-looking car. It's a good-looking cause, that is for sure, because, all of us have some animals that are close to us, whether it be dogs, cats, birds, and some of us have goldfish, and I'm still one of those guys that still carry a goldfish around. But,
nice.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't, right?
All right, carry on.
Well, maybe I'm the only one then. Maybe I'm the strange one out here. I'm not quite sure. But a good run here tonight, James. Who do you got to thank that made it all possible here in the off-season?
I gotta thank Josh and Richard for the off season. I think we put a good group of guys together for the season, and I think it showed for the first race of the season. It was a tight setup, and there was a lot of cars out there, and then we had different strategies. People pitting on lap 22, and then people trying to go to 30. So just trying to blend through the field with the tire wear. The tire wear was a lot of fall off. So I want to thank all the guys, coming out. It's a good turnout. Thanking you guys for putting on an awesome broadcast. I'll have to check it out here tonight. And then all of our new sponsors, Josh put a lot of work into getting some really good sponsors this year. And I think that's just really, really cool.
Well, there you heard it from our third place finisher. Has brand new colors. Flowertown Animal Hospital on the side of that machine here this year. And race fans, you know what I just learned? I'm probably the only weird one that still has a goldfish. I don't know what you guys have out there, race fans, but let us know. Maybe I'm just that weird guy that has the goldfish still. But let's take a quick look after you just heard from your top 3 finishers here at our results tonight here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Results brought to us by the Green Forest Tree Supply. Take a quick look at that, but let's talk while you guys gander through that. What a race it was. It started off with 2 green flag pit stops here before we had our first caution flag of the evening. A lot of side-by-side racing. You heard it mentioned by a couple of these drivers here in this post-race show that these drivers, a lot of them are new. A lot of them didn't have a lot of seat time along each other, but there's a lot of these strong rookies. Zach Mitchell, you see him inside the top 15. You also see Dalton Williamson. He finishes inside the top 15. So 2 rookies are making it known that they can run with the big guys. Doug Neal also inside the top 20, and I believe Rob Higgins was 23rd here tonight on our timing and scoring. Don Coleman had a little bit of a rough night. Of course, Single also dropping his connection right before the drop of the green flags. That's unfortunate for a couple of those drivers. They're going to be behind a little bit heading into the next round of this season for the RB Custom Rig Scrambler series. We talked about how we have the Xfinity car here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway to start the season. Well, it's going to go away. Next time we see that, August 24th when we head to Lucas Oil. But we have a race before that. August 17th, we're going to head to the Pocono International Raceway, home to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We're going to whip out the Cup car. Only 550 horsepower package, though, so it's going to be like super speedway racing for the first couple laps at Pocono next week. That's going to be one exciting show. But that's going to pretty much do it here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We got to thank all the sponsors, though, before we head off the air here. We've really got to thank RB Custom Rigs coming on board here to be your premier sponsor for the Scrambler Series this season. You need a sim rig, you need to head over to RB Custom Rigs. They can get you from mild to wild and in the driver's seat just like that. We also got to thank the Checker Flag Auto Supply for being the white flag sponsor here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And of course, your post-race show was brought to us here tonight by Renaissance Nutrition. And also, the grid sponsor, the result sponsor, who can't forget the Green Forest Tree Supply this year. They start the race, they finish the race. We got to thank everybody over at Green Forest Tree Supply. And last but not least, race fans, we got to thank all you for tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network to watch the Red Light Series. It's the RB Custom Rigs Scrambler Series this time on Monday night. That's not all the red light racing, though. The Checkered Flag Auto Supply SK Modified Series is back on the air this Thursday night. You don't want to miss the short track racing action. See a lot of the drivers you saw here in the RB Custom Rig Scrambler Series back to wheel it and deal it. Open wheel modifieds Thursday night. We can't wait to see you all there. Till we see you, though, next Monday night or Thursday. Race fans, stay safe.